wondering where I've been, well, if you look behind you, you can't see it right now, but I've got a lot of projects going on. But I've got a great video for you guys today. We're going to be taking the Heap Jeep this Memorial Weekend out trailing, and before we do that, we've got a few more things to do with it. Let's go. All right, guys, so for today's video, we've got to do some work on the old Heap Jeep we got back here. If you don't know what this is, you haven't seen the first two videos, this is Heap. This is my $500 Copart Jeep, more like $400 Copart Jeep. But I picked this up on accident at some point at the Copart auctions. I didn't even know that I won it for like a long time. It actually sat there for a bit. This was a minimum bid that sat for like 6 months. If you guys know what Copart is, you guys know how that goes. And if you guys are familiar with how the services usually work, a lot of the times a car gets dropped off for 6 to 8 months before it actually goes up for auction, but they'll still take pictures of it and things like that and just make it a future sale. Well, this one was one of those vehicles. I had put a minimum bid of it. I think it was for like $200, and I definitely expected it to go for more than that. So 6 months came around, and all of a sudden I got the notification that I won a 98 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And I mean, it's not super far out of the type of vehicle that I buy. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of Mopars around here, but I'm not a Jeep guy. And I know a lot of people are gonna look at me and go, what do you mean you're not a Jeep guy? Well, I never liked them. They're okay. And obviously this is like the worst one you can have, other than like a Jeep Liberty. But at least at the end of the day, the ZJ is still a real Jeep. It's still got a straight front axle. It's still got all the suspension, very similar, if not exactly, to the XJs. So at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same thing, just a little bit newer with some more interior details. But anyways, enough of the blabbering. What are we gonna do today? Well, I've got a ton of stuff to do today. I've got a set of wheels and tires for this thing. I've got a lot of trimming to do, as well as some car audio that I want to get done, because as you guys know, at every single off-road park, you cannot go without a good system. So for those of you that have not got a up-close look at old Heap here, this is actually a pretty nice little Jeep. Of course, it did not have the wheels and tires on it whenever I bought it. I also put a 3-inch lift. Again, if you guys haven't seen the earlier videos, they're not the best, videography videos. They're not great, still learning how to do all of this, and was definitely learning more and more with those videos. So they're a little slow, but if you guys paid attention, I did do a 3-inch lift on this Jeep, as well as this set of wheels and tires, and I did this for under $500. So what are we going to be doing today? Well, today I have a special gift for this thing, because if you guys know, you can have some fun with this kind of tire on the trail, but I mean, really, it's just not what you want. These are not a high ply tire, so if you hit a rock or anything like that, the tire will probably blow, just because the sidewall, well, it's super thin. And although I really like the wheels on this Jeep, fortunately or unfortunately, I got a really good deal on a set of wheels and tires that I'm going to be swapping on it, and to do that, we're going to be selling these. So say goodbye to these wheels, guys. But that's not the only thing I'm going to be doing to the old ZJ. I've got a lot of cutting to do, and as you guys have seen in multiple other videos, this thing's already been wrecked far before it got stolen and then put at Copart, like where I purchased it. Before that, it had been wrecked and very, very poorly stitched back together. And this goes all the way up here, and comes all the way up to the core support. So in all reality, guys, if you guys are worried about me ruining a good Jeep, don't fret. This thing is not something that if I loved the person I was putting in this, that I'd want to put them in it. So, and of course, nothing was installed correctly. Everything is just terrible on this thing. Overall, I don't feel that bad about taking it on the trails. Now, one thing that most trail Jeeps don't have, or well, two, is one, a title, and two, AC. That's right, guys, we're gonna be one of the only ones on the trail, other than those Razor guys. 30 grand, like I'm gonna spend that for them. But for under $1,000, we've got a Jeep ZJ ready for the trails with AC, and I can't complain with that. You guys are probably already yelling at me, enough's enough. Tell us what you have. Well, I'll do you one better. I'll show you. All right, you have to use your guys enough. So let's take a look at the setup that I went with, and I'll tell you guys how much I got it for. And yeah, let's put these things on. Let's get this Jeep looking way better. Alrighty, so if you guys couldn't already tell, this is a set of Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack tires. So these wheels and tires come out to be a 33.125. A lot of you guys are going to be wondering, are we going to be able to clear these? And truthfully, I'm with you. So you're probably yelling at the screen at this point, what's wrong with the set of wheels that's on the Jeep? Why did I trade for this set? Especially if the wheels aren't as attractive as the ones that are already on the Jeep. Well, the whole reason for it is, well, that's going to be a trail Jeep, and the trail Jeeps, one of the biggest things that you need is a good sidewall. One, if you're going to be hitting rocks, things like that, you don't want it to puncture the sidewall. Have a light LT tire like that Jeep has over there. It's going to ruin your fun really quickly, and that's, you know, I want to be prepared in some way. And besides that, the biggest thing for me is the sidewall tread. The trail that we're going to be going on is going to be some rock crawling, it's going to be some hill climbing, it's going to be some mudding, it's going to be a little bit of everything. So at the end of the day, not having sidewall tread, I'm just going to be slipping in the mud while everybody else is having fun. So there's my reasoning. But enough of this. Let's get these wheels pulled off. Let's slap these bad boys off, and let's see how much we have to cut on old Heath there. Alrighty, and for those of you that are just like me and want to know exactly the kind of deal that I got on this set of wheels and tires, well, I'll tell you. I got a set of 5. Now, I should say 4.5. That being, one was driven on flat, so it's the spare slash, you know, it's bad. But I got the set of 5 wheels with 4 good tires for $120. Now, you're asking yourself already, why? Just why were they $120? Well, they do have a slight amount of dry rot going on, as you can tell, just a little bit going on in the tread, but there is some that have some sidewall cracking, as you can see here. And the guy that I bought these from daily drives his Jeep. He went and bought a brand new set of wheels and tires for his, and just wanted these out of his garage, because at the end of the day, you don't want some teenager buying these things, throwing it on the highway and expecting nothing to happen, because if not, you'll end up just like this. Now the story is, on this one, I asked him, he said this didn't blow out on the highway or anything. He said he was on the trail, he hit a rock, sidewall blew out, and he had to drive on it to get out. That's the story on this bad boy. But let's pan over to the good part, and at the good part, we have 4 really nice tires with a set of somewhat decent steelies on them. But we have a set of 4 really nice wheels and tires, 2 of which have dang near like new tires on them. One of them is actually brand new. So very excited to throw these on, guys. 1, I cannot wait to see how it looks, and 2, I guarantee you these are going to perform way better than the set of wheels and tires that are on it right now. Alrighty, y'all, usually I would make you guys wait, do a whole thing, reveal all that. It's hot out here today. I don't have much time to get this done, so I threw one on. I'm gonna go show you guys what it looks like. And I'll be the first to say we're gonna have to do some cutting. Don't think that's gonna clear full lock in any sort of fashion, but I'll be able to tell here in a minute when we put it up on that stump and do a flex test. But for right now, it looks like we've got some serious cutting to do. So as I mentioned before, I don't have much time. I gotta get you guys on the stand, get you guys a time lapse of me finishing the rest of this up so we can move on to other things. All right, boys and girls, I don't know about you, but I sure feel like I made a man out of this Jeep throwing these wheels and tires on. So, as you guys can tell right off the rip, we've got some issues. We're gonna have to do some serious trimming on this rocker here, but honestly, I could probably move that tire to the front, maybe get a little bit less, because on this side it's a little bit less, but this is what you get when you lift a Jeep and don't do adjustable control arms, in case you were wondering. But overall, guys, really happy with how this turned out. I did end up stealing the caps from the other wheels. You never saw those because I never put them on the other wheels, but threw the caps from the other wheels onto this set. So I think it looks way better. And now the next thing that we have to do is, well, make room for these wheels and tires. We've got to do some cutting. Alrighty guys, after some very precise cutting with precise tools, we were able to at least get this front section removed, and what a surprise when I did remove it. So if you guys can't tell right off the bat, this thing has some pretty gnarly hidden frame damage going on. Not only did it seem to have gotten into the front bumper brace, but it absolutely annihilated that frame rail. The funniest part is you can't see it in the back whatsoever, but you can definitely see it in the front. And I've been chasing down some death wobble on this thing that I have a feeling is not the front suspension. If you're wondering why I think it is not the front suspension, it is because pretty much everything under here is really tight. No issues out of everything. Everything's been greased. Otherwise, I just didn't see a problem with anything. I put a new track bar in it, and the last thing that I really needed to do was put a stabilizer shock in there. And I just didn't want to invest a lot of money into this Jeep. This is where I kind of got the decision that I was going to make it a trail Jeep, because I did not want to spend $500 on a rebuild kit for the front end just to have something like this pop up after it was all done. So I think we made the right decision on this one by making this a trail Jeep, and this solidifies it just a little bit more. So if you guys don't know what this looks like before, obviously I've got to clean a little bit of things up. Things were already bent here, so don't think I just went in here willy-nilly and destroyed things, but I cut out quite a bit. So as you can see, there's the left side, and here's the right side. We're gonna have to move, I believe, that vacuum canister on this side, but you guys can tell a major difference with clearance on this thing now. So I think I'm going to set you up on a time lapse for the next one and see how quickly we can do it. Oh, and for anybody wondering if I was going to be able to bolt in the headlight, the bolt hole for the headlight is here, and it is also on the fender. I obviously will not be able to put a regular bumper back on this Jeep, but for what this thing is going to be, there's no reason I need to. Alrighty, so as we wait for a couple of the batteries to charge for the drill, I went ahead, got both sides done, and hopefully you guys can kind of see the vision on why we're doing this. So if you're entering, getting into a rock, something like that, now I'll just be right on the wheels and we can just get right on it. I was also going to remove this rear bumper. I'm still 50-50 on that. One of the next things that we're going to remove, which hopefully at least one or two of you was hoping for, yeah, we're going to be cutting the good old muffler off. And the reason that we're going to do that is because I've seen multiple videos where the U-bend that goes over the axle, the muffler, whatever, will end up getting caught, broke off, whatever, and it'll wrap this around the axle, busting brake lines, all sorts of stuff. And it also looks like I need to get to this rear diff, check that, make sure everything's good. We're going to do the rear diff, front diff, and transfer case before we go. Don't worry, guys. As well as the oil, coolant, everything. We're going to check all the fluids and make sure that everything is good before we take the trip. So don't mind that little leak that you see there. Alrighty guys, so that's it for me today. I'm gonna have to head back tomorrow, finish up. I've got a lot of audio stuff to do, probably some more trimming, and I also need to figure out some wiring on this thing. But for the last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and show you everything that I've removed today so far. And yeah. Alright, so we've got a lot of loud noises, but this is what we've got going so far. We've got the entire front, the fender structure, the bumpers, or the rear section of the bumper, the muffler, which was fine, so I actually might keep that for another vehicle, and the rear tailpipe as well, which is the major thing I want to get rid of. We went ahead and eliminated the evap, so it's running good so far. We're just going to have to watch it when we put fuel in it. Trimmed the fenders nice. You can tell by all the rust. Nothing on here is perfect by any stretch. It's not what we're going for. Just trying to get, you know, a little bit of space. You know, if it proves worthy, the biggest thing for me on this build is I only want to trim what I have to, and then as we go out on the trail, I'll learn where I need to trim more. before I just start cutting everything on this thing. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, head out for today. Like I said, it is late. I've been up here pretty much since about 12 o'clock, and it's about 8 now, 7, 8 o'clock. So, oh, and obviously I forgot to mention, I cut the muffler off. I didn't even take a video of that. I kind of forgot, but we'll go ahead and give you a rev. I'm gonna replace some stereo speakers. They're all blown in here, so. Not bad. Oh God, this AC is so freaking gorgeous. Go ahead and end today's video off here. I really need to get home before it gets dark. I need to get some food in me. I haven't eaten all day, so gotta take care of me before I can take care of the rest of this thing. So that being said, it'll be another day for me, but it'll be 5 seconds for you guys. So I'll see you on day 2. So I know we had a couple more things to do on this thing before we could finish this for the part 2, but I decided, well, we didn't have enough time for that. So what we did, we put it on a trailer and we came down here and we figured it out. So we removed a couple things. First off, front sway bar, and the second is the second sway bar. So this thing is the Leaning Tower of Pisa as of right now, but she should flex pretty good. We've got her all packed up, all the essential goods, the jack, all the fluids, the straps, all the, well, the good kind of straps at least. Anyways, compressor for the tires, everything else. She's chopped up, she's ready to go. So am I. So let's get this thing on the trailer and let's hit some trails, guys. Guess we gotta put her in 4-wheel on that one. Love to fucking see it. Hell yeah, dude. Alright, good enough for me.
I was like, well, there's some footage if I can make it up it. And then it was like,
hell yeah. Copart right now. Hell yeah. I was like, dude, I thought it was just straight cliff to the left, and I was like, ah, hill, hill. I choose hill.
I choose the lion.
I choose the bear. Yeah, there's no tree to the left, so. Yeah, there's no tree to the left, so I say go for it. Here, the pine tree is gonna come with us, apparently. First place gets stuck, and she is stuck, baby. Yeah. Boy, did that not look as bad on camera as it really is. Yeah. Boy. Well, we'll see how we get out of this, I guess.
You know what sucks is I have my traction boards in my Jeep.
Yeah, I got a ratchet strap. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we got her unstuck. We're on our way out. And you would not believe what just got me unstuck on this trail, guys. My buddy's 1500 Ram, dude. Pulled down all those steep ass hills. Honestly, doing more off-roading than most Jeeps do on this trail. I'm in shock. I'm in complete shock right now that that thing just pulled me out. Hell yeah, dude. It was either that or going back, getting his Jeep, coming back. And man, he really wanted to prove himself on that one, and man did he. All I gotta say is you Jeep boys, you got some learning to do, because a 1500 with independent suspension just did more work than half of you Wrangler boys. That's all I gotta say. So for some insight, guys, whenever I was doing Copart really heavily in the beginning, Lonnie here has been my friend for very many years. I've been in very many tight spots, left and right, and he's always been there to help me out, guys. Always been there, believed in me through the whole process. One of the first ones to really be like, hey man, you should do this YouTube stuff. And I just want to say thank you to him in general. But story is basically, we bought that truck at Copart as well about 2 years ago, and it was completely cut off in the front end. There was no front right suspension whatsoever in that thing. Yeah guys, we're gonna go ahead and hit back to camp for a little bit here, relax now that we got this thing unpulled, and we'll go back out here in a minute, get some more video for you guys. But I need to get his truck back, obviously get it back, make sure everything's good on it. But yeah, so give us a little bit, get some water in us, chill out. We might get some outside view for you guys. So yeah guys, see you guys in a minute. Yeah, Lonnie just pointed out, that was our water line. It sat for long enough, it did get a little bit of water in there. Geek bar is unfortunately fucked. Man, shout out the fucking Ram, dude. that big rock. Motherfucker's gonna walk in. Oh, I said too soon.
Oh, wait, what's he doing? Oh, I think he's trying not to dig himself a hole.
There it is.
You know how people like post these videos of like the, like on like the game or whatever on Forza or what's that fucking
Beam
yeah, that shit. They'll post videos and people be like, oh, that's so real. And that's what this looks like right now. This looks like a GTA.
No shit.
No way.
Damn.
Hell yeah, bro.
You must have just gotten.
Oh shit, dude. Oh man. Well, that's not what we want to see. Fuck, Cooler made it. Are y'all good? Y'all are good? That's the important thing. Really? Okay.
Damn, dude.
I'm really glad you guys are alright. That's the important thing, man.
How'd you do that?
Just back over that way when we got off those rocks.
Join the party.
Hey, we're gonna winch here up and we're about to go to the top of your. Why not mine?
We got a ratchet strap.
Oh, this is way stronger than ratchet. Yeah. He has a light bar on top. He came over the front with it.
I need something to go over the top of mine.
I just don't want to hear all this shit up.
No, I ain't worried about mine. I just gotta get. How far are we going? So I gotta get involved with it.
Right up over this hill.
Well, boys and girls, come to Ray Rocks. When you come to play, and when you come to play, you know, sometimes you gotta pay. Important thing, everybody's all right. Wife got some stitches in her eye, or above her eye on her eyebrow, but otherwise everybody's all right. That's the important thing out of everything. Not what you want to see.
You're not gonna go over it.
Woo! Or just when you think the G-Boys cannot be helpful, the donut over the top of the Razor saved the light bar going over
That's a badass cooler.
to tow this wrecked bad boy here.
I know. Look at this guy trying to help. He's like, I'll take you.
The beer! Alright, so basically what the deal is we're trying to get it at an angle to the point where we can lift the front end off of this one more so that left broken control arm isn't in the way and dragging as he pulls it out. So they've been able to pull it up. And that shouldn't drag on that left side hard enough. That's why we needed that donut to get it over that light bar. And of course the beer can buffer, as you can see. And there we go. And we're off. Oh shit. So am I. Dude, look at that. It lifted too. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Get him a tow license. guys, with that, I do appreciate you watching. Thank you for tuning in to Junk Built. Please come on, see us again. I have work to do on the Cummins, all that stuff that's still coming, don't worry. Just took a little bit of time off to enjoy other builds. So once we get back at it, we'll be back on another video. Appreciate you guys.